boy. Hi, PJ. How are you? I'm fucking tamping, PJ. I'm going over this video. Other people don't want to put it up because of the content. I don't give a fuck. It's going up. Let them do whatever. Do their best. Take it down. I'll just put it straight back up again. I'll set up the channel just to put it fucking up. Hey, Cat. Hey, Hoot. Guys, this is going to be a trigger warning. You know, if you have been a victim of sexual assault, this is going to be a trigger warning for you. It's these two disgusting, vile excuses of men talk really, really derogatory about it. I just want to give everybody that warning that, you know, it's not going to be pretty. But I feel that we need to go over it because there's things in here that are quite, well, to be perfectly honest, like freaking scary as hell. But hey, Flying Monkey. Hey, T. Hey, Kayla. Hey, Luna. Hey, Lindsay. I said PJ, didn't I? Carrie said, hey, Miss Leah. Hey, Laggy. You can't see me very well because I'm right up in the corner, but I am going to go over this again. You know, please bear in mind this video is really not great. I'm going to stop and start it. I'm going to talk about it and put what I feel about it, but just do be prepared that there are things in there that these two pieces of shit say that is not great. But I feel, I know a lot of people don't want to show the majority of it, and I do get that, why they don't. No audio, Joe. Can you not hear me? I've not started the video yet. Can you just hear my voice? Hey, CJ. Flying Monkey, can you hear my voice? Let me check my phone. Hang on, 2 seconds. This piece of shit, honest to God, some of the things that he said, like, why is he still even on, like, Facebook, YouTube? Why is this knob jock? Can you just hear my voice? Yeah, I can. CJ. Okay, that's okay. Flying Monkey. That's okay, you can hear me. Right. I couldn't even finish the video with the 3 disgusting pieces of shit. I'm going to try and get through as much as I can, guys. You all know I'm a victim of sexual assault, so, but I am going to try because I feel like a lot of people in other communities have seen it, but a lot of people in our community needs to see it. So I'm going to start it, and then we're going to stop and start.
Chloroquine and Steve McRae. Let's talk about false Me Too allegations.
Oh man, so much to discuss.
Fucking man. I read the article that you posted, and I read the tweets, and I just can't. I mean, so I'll let you tell your story, and then I'll tell why I'm so frustrated by it. And I say that, but what's really probably going to happen is that you're going to start telling your story, and I'm going to start interrupting you with what I'm pissed off on a.
It's because you're a disgusting excuse for a fucking bloke. And by the way, bring it. Come on, this is fair use. Come on, David Silverman, you piece of fucking shite.
Real-time basis.
You should be pissed off. Everybody should be pissed off about this.
No, we should be pissed off.
I'm happy if people have visceral reactions. They should have a visceral reaction.
Yeah.
And by the way, I haven't even penned my blog. There's been newer things came out. Somebody had found a video. And so we'll get into that. Save the best for last, right?
Okay.
But first of all, I'm so happy to find out that you actually read. I'm very proud of you for that. No, I've read your book. And I've told people before, look, I never thought I was going to get along with you. I really, honestly, to the God that may or may not exist.
But why wouldn't you? Like, you're both pieces of shit. You're both sexually harass people. Why wouldn't you?
He's a decent dude. He's a nice guy. And we actually got along, and I appreciate that.
Sorry, I'm going to keep stopping and starting. I'm going to drive you all fucking insane, right? You're a nice guy. Let's just remember what he said about Mercedes. No, just recently, she's a nice lady. She's just been held up for child, blah, blah. David Earl Warden, he's an honourable man. Just being done for what again? Oh look, this piece of shit.
Ever were an asshole to me.
I try not to be an asshole to anybody, unless they really, really deserve it.
Well, I'm the same way. I give what I get, Brad. I give what I get, and I think you're the kind of the same way. So, anyways, so I had to write a blog on my experience being, you know, people say, well, you can't really be Me Too. I disagree. I think that the
Do you need it live or anything,
I
guys?
think that women should speak out, but there's a dark side to that, and the dark side of that is that there have been false allegations, and women will and can and will
alleged false allegations. Just as an FYI.
Use that as weapons.
Hey, Bubba.
For their own agenda. In fact,
and do it quite often. Actually, we can actually.
It's probably more prevalent than we would like to imagine. It's a shame because it diminishes the victims that have actually been victims of sexual.
Like David Silverman has not just been like accused once, twice, 3 times. This is an ongoing thing with him. He gets accused of touching, of sexual assault, of a woman thinking that she can't say no, another woman being so drunk she couldn't give consent if she wanted to. Like, shut up.
Sexual harassment and assault. And in fact, something like this has happened yesterday or the day before. It wasn't dealing with sexual harassment. It was dealing with race. That poor guy that was telling the woman, I don't know if you saw it, but his name is Cooper, if I remember correctly, he was telling this woman to put her dog on a leash in New York State Park, and or Central Park in New York City. And she got offended by this, and she is getting on the phone.
Thank you,
and she's
Miss
like,
Leah.
Look, I'm going to call the police and tell him a black man's harassing me and assaulting me, and I'm in fear of my life, kind of stuff. And he's just like, dude, I'm just telling you to put your dog on a leash. Well, come to find out, this guy had a Twitter sister that was a real big name in the Twitter community, I guess, blasted it everywhere. Now, she has subsequently apologized, but she was using race as a weapon.
Yeah.
And you know, and what's the sickening part is it actually would possibly work. You know, people have died from calling the cops just because somebody happens to be black. It's shoot first, ask questions later.
Just as an FYI, Steve, you and your little cronies say a bunch of things that are bordering racism. Just saying.
Yeah.
And you are an activist. I'm not really an activist, but I'm certainly somebody who will fight against that kind of crap. And so this has something similarities to the Me Too movement. That I had somebody. I'll do the too long didn't read version for those who haven't been around much. But my name's Steve McCrae. I was with a guy named Kyle Curtis who started a podcast with him in 2017 called The Non Sequitur Show. That podcast really took off. We had almost 1 million downloads. We put it on YouTube. We
It's
had millions
okay,
of
PJ.
views, tens of thousands
I
of
get
followers.
it.
It was making about $5,000 to $6,000 a month. It was doing exceptionally well. Well, he decided to have a vlogger. I mean, people still believe that kind of crap. So, anyway, she came on to do a show on the Dilly Juice, and he took a liking to her, a shining to her, and decided to make her a co-host unilaterally. Didn't ask my permission for it or anything like that, even though I was a full partner in this endeavor. I was 50-50.
Uni is
on
completely
camera,
and utterly like done
and
this.
in multiple emails. We have many correspondents talking about partnership. Well, long story short, he tried to steal the non-sequitur channel, as people may remember,
he looked at me, I
and steal about
on him.
$60,000, half of which was mine. He said, sue me.
Yes,
I did. I took him to court and
the
beginning of, hey, where's the fiscal? I'm going to get into that guy, if you don't mind. You even admitted that you had a 50-50 contract.
They tried.
Well, actually, at first, $1,000 at a time to pay people, and that was a whole. I mean, that isn't. By the way, I'm on record messaging him. I have to make sure all tax liability is correct.
Yeah, and this is a non-issue. This is all a diversionary issue, Steve. All of this,
absolutely,
all of this was bullshit.
And this is again,
bit I want to show you.
Like I have a Facebook group, and I just started a Reddit group to have documentation.
He has a Facebook group. Didn't the other day he said that it's not his group? Uni's gonna have a field day on this, and I'm sure Uni will take it. Unfortunately, I think he should, because he would do a way better job than me. Every intro starts with the death of the non sequitur. I know, and he is literally being proven that he did not start it. He was a mod on the channel. Like, come on now. I just want to try and get to this
of
bit.
historical revisionism all the time. I mean, they had a huge amount of sexual banter. I didn't bother with any of that with her, but they did for the most part. And if I ever said the word penis, it would have been innocuous. But I don't remember anything of the sort. She never gave a timestamp, a date.
I have a
when this
Facebook
happened.
group. He said
No
exactly.
whatsoever.
He said he didn't have one.
The word penis. Okay. First of all, like I said, we had a show called the Non Sequitur Show where opinions were sacred. Where we had like Mercedes Carrera on, which was a well-known porn star. We have adult themed content, right? So
a bunch of women were touched by Joe Biden, and they said that they felt uncomfortable. I mean, it amazes me. I just get so fucking.
Well, she went beyond that though. He
admitted to saying penis. I know.
Said, look,
but he said it didn't happen.
Feeling uncomfortable, if that was hypothetically the case, and sexually assaulted or sexually harassed.
If you feel
Steve, many of us have felt very, very uncomfortable with the way you speak to and about women, and you're no better, bitch. How about that?
Uncomfortable because somebody said something, shut the fuck up and sit down and give them a break, for fuck's sake. Everybody
say something.
Everybody feels uncomfortable sometimes. Everybody says something uncomfortable sometimes. It's not always sexism. It's not always racism. And maybe you should shut the fuck up and let people have.
So let me get this straight, right? Okay. If you feel uncomfortable and you feel like somebody's sexually harassing you, David Silverman says shut the fuck up and sit the fuck down.
Let people make foibles.
Well, especially adults. I have banter. Okay.
It's almost like she was trying to invent a reason to use sexual assault as a weapon.
Oh, of course.
You said penis. That makes her feel very threatened, Ipu. Oh my goodness, you monster, Steve. You said penis.
He made me feel uncomfortable.
I know.
No, for Christ's sake, exactly.
Right? In a nerve that goes directly to your sacrum, you know.
But here's the thing. I don't even remember what the hell she's talking about. But my thing was, even if I did, so what? I was I told her, look, if you're offended by that, okay, whatever. What do you want me to do? I'm like.
Notice he's changing his story though, guys. Like, this is the part I wanted to get to. He claimed very, 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 very strongly that he never did it, okay? He never did it. He claimed way back when the sexual harassment claims was via Twitter. He said it with his own words. He stated very, very clearly, thank you, baby, that that Katie Joy claiming that was via Twitter. No, it wasn't via Twitter. You just admitted it wasn't via Twitter. You just admitted that it was because it was on a call where you was talking about your penis. A call wants to talk about another man's penis. My husband certainly wouldn't be happy if I go on the phone to God knows who, like Tom, Britta's husband, and started like being okay with Tom talking about his penis size with me. Britta's wouldn't like it, and neither would my husband like it, or me for that matter. I don't want to know about Tom's penis. But do you know what I'm saying? But he's now changed it because the Twitter argument didn't fly. Now he's changing it to, well, let me tell you about this story. Maybe this story will stick.
I don't remember what the hell you're talking about.
Find another internet.
But here's the thing. I actually have women in my life, and you know what? I've asked these women for consent to banter with them. Oh, God forbid, the feminist movement that I did stand behind, the egalitarian type movement, which I think any rational person would, right? The whole point of feminists was to have consent, and then what happens is I get consent, and I love these women. They love me. I adore them. But then people look and they say, well, hey, look, Steve's talking.
So do you reckon he asked that bird on the IG last night that I can, like, your permission? Like, shut the fuck up, Steve.
Way. But she's not offended by this. Matter of fact, we have the same kind of banter. And yet,
it's very uncomfortable for us watching you piece of shit.
And damn right they should be. And they're speaking out against this. They're
constantly saying, he is constantly saying, Katie changes her mind. Katie says it was this. Katie says it was that. Katie says it was this. This motherfucker right here, he's the one that changes his mind. This mofo. So is it Twitter, Steve, or was it on a call, or was it an after show? Was it before show? Which one was it, Steve? Because now you've gone through all of them. So now I'm confused. Which one? Piece of shit.
Telling people, stop trying to use us as a weapon against Steve. We have given him consent. We're very happy. We love him. We care about him. He's been nothing but kind and gentle. And yet they have been trying to make it out to be something more than it is. They're like, well, if Steve talks this way to his, I call her my enhanced friend.
Oh my God, he has permission. Who does that?
Who
Exactly.
I love very much, who I've been dating for about a year. If I speak that way to her...
He's been dating, bunny ears, dating for about a year, but she's perfectly okay to say, I don't have a boyfriend. I'll clean up your condoms, though, for you. And I'll, give you money to go and shag other people.
They
Just
seem to
saying.
extrapolate incorrectly that all of a sudden I'm going to talk to other women like that I don't have consent with, which was bullshit. That is not how it works. A lot of my friends are into BDSM and stuff like that. I'm not, but I'm a judge, and I think it's...
Leanne, this is David Silverman. He is a well-known atheist. He used to be quite, well-known within the atheist community, and he's still quite well-known, I suppose. But he's also been under fire and been accused a lot of sexual assault, sexual harassment, sexual misconduct.
Perfectly fine. But the main thing on BDSM is consent.
Yeah.
It's all about consent. And they
Consent for actions.
Yeah.
Saying the word penis is not an attack. You don't need consent to say the word penis.
Okay, let's just put that in perspective, okay? Okay, let's give Steve the benefit of the doubt here, okay? Let's say Steve McRae asked Cheshire, Mania, I don't know if I'm saying that right. All these other women, right? Let's just give them the benefit of the doubt that they all said, I'm okay with you sexually harassing me. I'm okay with you talking about your penis size. I'm okay with that sexual content, right? Let's just put that into perspective. Do it in fucking private then, because I or anyone, other women, don't want to hear it because it's disgusting, it's degrading, and as women, surely we have come further in life with 2020 than we can allow a man to sit there and discuss his penis size. I don't seem to understand, Mania, thank you.
Yes.
But here's the timeline. People weren't buying her bullshit. And they're like, literally somebody even asked, are you accusing Steve of sexual harassment? And she said, well, I shouldn't have to be able to go to work or something like that and have to worry about being sexually harassed.
Right.
And people are like, what? First of all, what are you talking about? I've only been in 2 live feeds with her that I recall, too. And so her story had changed.
MD, exactly. It wasn't just his penis size. There was a lot. And he talked about the size of her boobs, how pretty she was, and her something else. It's disgusting. You shouldn't have to, legitimately. If he wants to speak to his friends like that, do it in fucking private. Simple. This is so being demonetized. Just do it in private. It's that simple. Nobody wants to watch content on YouTube and feel dirty when they get off and feel like, oh my God, that's just the most, I feel like he's just looked beneath my clothes. Nobody wants to feel like that when they get off a YouTube channel. And if Monia, and Chesh and all of them, Moon and all them girls are okay with that, then that's on them. That's on them. And if Sweet Haven is okay, that's on her. But no woman, he hasn't gone through every single one of his subscribers who's a female and said, is it okay for me to sexually harass you? Is it okay for me to talk about my penis size? No. If you want that kind of friendship, do it in private.
At one point she had said it was dealing with a Twitter tweet that I had.
No, you said that.
Mercedes Carrera. Where
because
I said
this
she was
video will likely
yes,
be demonetized.
Awesome, amazing,
Thank you, MD. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I said the porn star is hot as fuck.
It will definitely be demonetized,
I
don't
now,
care. I'm doing it anyway.
That. She would
Thank
not be
you,
offended that if I
Leah.
said she's hot as fuck.
And you posted that on Twitter, and I saw that. You were talking about somebody else.
Right.
And she came up and said, oh, she has nice boobs, too.
Yeah, and then she started saying, well, Steve was talking about my hotness. I was like, no, I wasn't. I was completely
Try and keep
talking
it to like
about
2 or 3 emojis,
She
babe.
fucking lied. And I
of course she lied.
Try not doing a load because
This gets me
it
so angry
will.
because she fucking lied and I saw it.
with that, it's going to be demonetized anyway, so you're fine doing it. But with that, they can be funny about closing you down, so just be aware of that as well.
And yeah, I believe men when they say they're victims of
about 20 minutes,
false
Dave.
sexual assault allegations, but goddamn, it's right there.
But it gets worse. There's more.
Okay, yeah, there is. Keep going.
Okay, so then she changed her story to it was doing a pre-show. Okay, like I said, I only recall.
Okay, like me and Katie, we all know me and Katie's not the best of friends. We're not fans of each other. But let me tell you guys, Katie didn't change her story. Unirock have proved that. I can't remember which stream, so I'm sorry, and I can't remember timestamps. I'm sorry. I should have been more prepared. But if you go back, Uni showed literally Katie's statement from way back in like June, I think it was last year, right up to date. And every single one of these tweets or statements or Facebook posts have been exactly the same. She's never changed her statement.
Having 2 shows with her. In both pre-shows, both the producer, Bullinator, and Kyle were in those pre-shows.
Look when he lies,
Kyle
he blinks
won.
like fuck, and then like tries to open his eyes really wide.
Right? And it's been a year and a half, and because he knows that if he does,
thank you, Miss
Leah.
Leah.
Evidence. And by the way, he lied about everything else, so he's already an admitted liar. He already lied about having a lawyer. He admitted he lied about having a lawyer.
He faulted on the judgment, and you know.
Yeah. And he asked.
Can I just go back to this again now? I think it was MD that said it, actually. I might be wrong, though. He continually... Actually, it might have been Lindsay. He continually goes back to the non sequitur. Everything is about the non sequitur. Like, even the Katie stuff, it ends up going back to, well, she covered him. She did this. She believed her friend. We've all done it. I've done it. You believe your friend. If your friend tells you something, you believe your friend. He's not a good liar. No.
The lie that came out, and he admitted to that. So his credibility is shot to hell, anyways. But yeah, he never once
I'm watching
said, yeah,
on
Steve
silent.
said this. He never once. And my producer
Thank
said,
you.
called her an outright
For
liar.
fuck's sake.
He said, "Look, I was in every
super
hangout
chat.
that you and Steve were with, and none of this happened, and you're just bullshitting people." But anyways,
So let's harass her right now. I want to harass her right now, okay?
Listen to this.
Penis.
I'm so offended.
I
David, you didn't ask my consent.
Penis.
But you know what? You have my consent for the lie. That came out.
Listen to this
And
again,
he admitted to
guys.
that. So his credibility is shot to hell, anyways. But yeah, he never once said, yeah, Steve said this. He never once. And my producer said, called her an outright liar. He said, "Look, I was in every hangout that you and Steve were with, and none of this happened, and you're just bullshitting people." But anyways,
So let's harass her right now. I want to harass her right now, okay? Penis.
I'm so offended. David, you didn't ask my consent.
Penis.
But you know what?
Isn't that just the most disgusting thing anyone can ever do to a sexual assault harassment victim? Isn't that just the most disgusting thing a man can do to a woman? Whether or not Steve McGray, right, let's take everything out of the equation, right? Let's take Steve, let's say he didn't realise, right? Let's give Steve the benefit of the doubt, right? You may want to put a trigger warning on the tights. Oh, okay, I can do that right now. Oops, did I spell it wrong yet? Oh my god, Lynn, I just spelled you on, you bloody idiot. Okay. Right, so where was I? Right, okay. So let's take out of the equation, right? Let's say he didn't realise, right? Let's say he didn't realise that he made Katie feel uncomfortable, right? Let's just go to that, right? Let's take the sexual harassment out. That's how Katie felt, and she has every damn right to feel that fucking way. If she wants to feel that way, then that's okay. That's how she felt at that particular time, and that's okay. But let's take it out. Let's say that Steve didn't realise that he couldn't have that kind of friendship, okay? Let's just go to that. So now a woman have stood up and said, I felt like it was sexual harassment. This mofo decides to go up to the camera, just like Steve did the other week, if you remember correctly, and doing the whole, oh, well, penis. Who the hell do you think you are? That is the most despicable thing anyone can ever say. Like, you are diminishing a woman's feelings after being sexually harassed. Shut up, you dickhead.
You have my consent for everything.
No, but I'm saying it to her, and I didn't give her my consent.
Oh.
So she watches this video. Now I've assaulted her.
Oh, now she's gonna send you a cease and desist and a.
He's
quote,
such a cocky mouthful.
She's
Like,
a restraining order
legit.
for me.
Press her again.
Huckins,
Because I call out her
women,
bullshit.
friends who have
Yeah, she's trying to
been.
get
I don't,
quote,
honest to
restraining
God,
order. I'm like,
Danzy,
think
I
this
have
handles
no
work.
idea.
I've done nothing wrong. I've certainly never harassed her, although people have been trying to lay this, well, Steve's harassing Katie bullshit. She falsely accused me of multiple things.
It's only
I'll
about
stand up
Steve's
for
ego,
myself, and that's
period.
me.
I agree.
Harassing her? That's not how it works.
No.
But then she changed her story again. She said then it was in a
Sorry
live
if I'm
stream.
missing comments, guys.
And I'm like, which live stream? And by the way, I've appended my blog. I have that video where she actually makes that accusation. And she says, paraphrase quote, I never directly accused Steve of sexually harassing me. It was during a live stream. Oh, well, a live stream is not the same as a pre-show. It's not the same as a Twitter.
Those two statements are opposite.
Correct.
I never did it, and I did it during a live stream?
Yes. And by the way, go back to my blog and read the very bottom. Cheshire did a wonderful breakdown of it the other day on her channel as well. I'll be posting.
Cheshire did a really, really good job. Cheshire, 62 VIQ. Fuck off, Cheshire, you fucking knob jockey.
The links in the
Okay.
bottom
How about
in the YouTube description.
These were her words. I never directly said Steve sexually harassed me, and it was during a live stream. I'm like, well,
But she fucking implied it a lot now, didn't she? She fucking implied it, which was enough to hurt your reputation.
Oh, better. No, I have
Oh
three.
my God,
Three
please,
sexual
somebody
harassment.
give me a
I
friggin'
have
sick
literally
bucket.
tweets of her. She's like, I never claimed that bullshit. You did.
Steve must have known
This is
his
a big
background,
person,
in my
okay?
opinion, Steve knew.
These
Like,
women
literally,
who-
this guy, this friggin' Dave, let's just, like, put it like David Silverman, David Earl Warden, Mercedes McKira, whatever a fucking dumbass name is. Get the fuck out of here, Steve. You're a rape apologist. You are a sexual harasser. You do speak to women disgustingly. Like, get a grip.
They say, oh, we're poor, oppressed women. Men are raping
real
us
man
all
would
the
have
time.
shut him
And then
down.
they
Exactly.
just file these
I'm telling
bullshit
you,
claims.
my husband is not a fighter. He's not. He's a very mellow man. He's a very calm man. He doesn't go after people. Oh my God, Joe, you got me dying. He's a fucking idiot. Like, shut the fuck up.
One after another after another. I cannot turn my head around anymore without seeing more false sexual allegations.
Who the fuck are you to say that they are false? You are nobody. Take your seat, pick up your wine, you fucking alky, and go and sexually assault some other fucking poor bitch, because you're a fucking piece of shit. He's a creep. He's a fucking creeper. Like, look at him. Look how disgusting he looks, guys. Like, seriously. Like, shut up. You're fucking disgusting. You're gonna keep doing it because you keep getting away with it. Because you were a person of power, and that's how you got away with it. Just the same as Steve. He gets away with it because he uses these big words that people don't use in day-to-day life. Fucking granted, half of them are fucking wrong and completely wrong way of putting it. But no, Steve's really smart. He went to nuke school. Fuck off. I want to see those fucking qualifications, because if you went to nuke school, I went to fucking Oxford and Cambridge University for fucking 8 years. Bollocks. I bet that.
One woman or another. Wow. The
Thank you,
rest
Joe,
of
for
feminism
being kind
says
and having
we
a
don't
good
have
heart.
a false
I
allegation
love
problem.
watching your stream.
Feminism
Oh,
has
thank
a
you,
big
Real
fat
Housewife.
false
I
allegation
appreciate
problem. In
it.
fact,
Thank you for the
I'm
super
getting
chat.
The idea that feminism has become a defense mechanism for the false allegations. Feminism has become a...
You have no right, as much as that grey-haired freak there has no right to tell a woman whether they were sexually harassed or not. That's on them. That's in their hearts. If Katie Joy felt that she was sexually harassed, then you fucking corpse there has no fucking right to tell them that they shouldn't feel like that. Oh, that's false. Shut up, sit down, drink another glass of wine. Let's get a little bit more crazy, shall we?
A weapon against men, and feminism has become the defense against
Steve
the
was
false
a janitor in the new school, no proof of enrollment.
Say that we have to believe all women. All women are oppressed.
If you message Chash, you'll get you can go tell her to go to Without Any Crystal Balls commentary. They got all the secret evidence
with lots and lots of hard evidence that women make false sexual assault allegations often.
I think
oh my God, serious.
Oh, by the way,
them do it as a matter of course.
Dave, guess what?
What?
And there's more. I know, it's shocking, right?
I need more homeopathy.
So there's more. So then when people started asking her, where's this evidence? Okay, look, I don't use the word skeptic often.
Exactly, just that, like and Steve is just like
who doesn't think there's knowledge.
Loving it. He's thriving.
Skeptic, I'm okay.
He is literally sat there like, oh my God, somebody's listening to me. Somebody believes me. Look, the sexual abuser here. Oh my God, he's listening to me. Joe, I don't think this stream's going to be monetized. I think you might be right there, girlfriend. I don't give a fuck. Fuck it. I'm doing it anyway. What's the worst that can happen? They're going to take the video down. I haven't got any strikes. I'm good. My strike went, the one that Katie gave me ages ago.
Okay with that. So a skeptic would start asking.
I'm not okay with you, okay? Right? Go and wash your hair.
When did this take place? What was the date?
God, have a bath.
What was actually said? Who was the witnesses? Right? These are general, any kind of questions. You don't.
Just as an FYI, most friggin' sexual assaults, rapists, anything within that. Do you think somebody's gonna go, wait a minute, I'm gonna rape you, but wait a minute, I need for somebody to come along so they can see it? Are you fucking kidding me right now? Like, wait. There'll be somebody walking past any minute, and then I can do it. If you could just wait a little bit. Like, Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's why abusers get away from it for years and years and years and years and years and years and years. Shut up.
You don't have to be an investigative reporter
it's pissed
to
me
ask
off. Can you
general
tell?
freaking questions, right? So, but people started asking her some of these questions. She started blocking people, and then she made then she had this claim. Oh, well, you know what? It was a private conversation that I had with Steve.
Holy fuck.
Oh, so it's unfalsifiable now. So it went from Twitter, then it went from a pre-show, then it went from a live stream. Now it's in a private conversation. Now I can't prove this, but I've heard that somebody has told me that she said it was a private conversation with somebody else on the line. I don't know where that came from. I can't verify that.
What's her name?
I seen this.
Katie Paulson.
Yeah, is that the same?
So disgusting.
Katie Paulson? Is that the person who fucks all those kids?
Unverifiable.
Fake shit. We can just.
Did he just say that? Please tell me I'm freaking seeing things here. Like, did he genuinely just say, Katie Joy Paulson, who F's all those kids? Please tell me I didn't hear that correctly. Oh, I can't with this guy. I want to punch him in the face so bad. Like, I legit want to punch him in the face.
Say shit.
Well, and she has actually done something like that. She has actually, okay, long story short again, she used to write for Pathos.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Now, we have just recently found out that she was bullshitting on Pathos. Pathos fired her. She claimed she quit, and she took her content with her. That is not the case. I have recently, by the way, I don't know if you even know this, but you can go look at Huffington Post and Wikipedia and some other sources. I have found out that Pathos is owned by a religious organization, an evangelistic religious organization called BeliefNet, whose parent organization is Evangelism Christianity.
Can you see the type of people that are actually on this stream? Like, look at these two people. If you were walking down a road that had two paths, would you seriously walk past either one of those motherfuckers? Like, no. I'm sorry. I'd be turning the fuck around and running the other way. Because I don't want to be running into any of these mofos. In a dark alley, these two, no ma'am. I'm turning the fuck around and I'm going the opposite direction. I wouldn't trust either of them. Can you look at either of these two faces and genuinely say you would trust your fucking teenage daughter with either of them? Jojo is possessed. I'm fuming. Honest to God. I'm fuming.
Did not know this. It was brought out in 2016. Huffington Post did a piece on it, and they had a lot of Pathos lighters leave because of the contract change, because the contract says that you cannot talk about certain things. She started from what I understand, she started writing about things that were not her initial contract. She got fired.
Okay, just sorry, I keep stopping. Sorry, I'm sorry. But what the fuck of sexual harassment got to do with her job? What is the connection here then, Steve? So, whether she left or got fired, right? Whatever. That's near or there. It's none of our fucking business, right? If she got fired, if she got friggin' whatever, it's none of our damn business, right? But what has that got to do with his defense on her claims of sexual harassment? What is it? What's the claims? Where is it? If that's the case, what has it got to do with it? Where are you going with this?
Fired for that.
Nope, I would not, Joe. Me either, Q. No way.
And then they took her blogs down. Her blogs are gone.
Look how creepy
she didn't just
they
take
look.
them with her. When you write for Pathos, they own your material. They own your blogs. So she lied about that. But yeah, so she's known for making up stories against the Duggars. She's known for making up stories against teen mom people. But by the way, that's a big thing that they think I'm dealing with. I know people from Teen Mom. I've talked to Ashley Siren. I do know Matt Beyer. But I do not watch the show. But if I did, so what? I don't, though. But
I can't believe, for somebody who went to nuke school, I'm even going to have to explain this to you, you fucking dumbass. Katie Joy is a commentator. She commentates on Teen Mum. She gives her opinion on said teen mums. Just like I'm giving my opinion on you. Now what? Dumbass.
She writes about these people, and they clap back on her because what she gets everything wrong. And she basically has been known to take stories from other people, like the Ashley, and get, in fact, material facts wrong. Tatiana Westbrook had 3 cease and desist against her.
So
and
she's
then
a real person.
Yeah, and then again, this weird paranoia. Tatiana Westbrook in a tweet had a picture of a purple crystal ball with a gun next to it.
Katie uses this for court. I hope she records it.
Really nothing, obviously, to do with Kitty Joy Bolton.
If not, she can record it.
Kitty Joy was like having tweets going out there. Tatiana Westbrook is, like trying to kill me or something, or suggesting that she's like, why you have this gun against my head, Tatiana, just to try to cause drama. And Tatiana Westbrook, I have heard through the grapevine, knows about this kind of stuff, and she has told people, right, don't get involved with it. You're never going to win, kind of stuff. But I understand why she says that, because people that follow Katie, they're not interested in the truth. What they're interested in is just reality TV type stuff. Just, hey, it doesn't have to be true or not. It's entertainment. They think it is entertainment. Let me make this very...
I can't believe Steve went from talking about philosophy to teen mums. This is my point. Like, where is this all bullshit that he's just spewing now about her work, about her teen mum, about this, about Tatiana stuff? Who gives a shit? What has this got to do with you?
Very clear. And I thank you again for having me on to reach, your audience here. It might be entertaining to some people, but this is our real fucking lives.
You think that this is entertaining to us? You honestly think this is entertaining to us? I can't with this man, honest to God. I want to punch him so bad. Like, no, this is not this is, oh my God. Like, what is wrong with you? I'm pretty sure he was dropped on his head as a kid. Like, I'm really convinced. I want to ask his mother if she dropped him. Because I'm pretty sure she's going to say, yeah, I did a few times, love. That's why he's like he is. Once or twice was on purpose, but the first time was an accident. Fucking dumbass.
These accusations affect our real fucking lives. And they have been demonstrated to be false. Completely demonstrated to be false.
No, they haven't. You put your fake narrative, drink, out there, and you think it's okay because you can use words, and because Katie doesn't talk about it, and because Katie don't take it to her channel, you think that you're winning. No, people are seeing through you, Steve. Last year, I was all there. I was there doing all this to Katie as well. Shut up.
False. The whole. Matter of fact, she even apologized for the fraud allegation. She had a video she made to be apologizing.
Did
she
you explode?
She had tweets that she admitted that Kyle had lied to her and that she was wrong. And that
again with the non sequitur stuff. Nobody cares, Steve. It's the non sequitur.
So well accepted in our community. They are well accepted. Rebecca Vitzman said I sexually assaulted her by touching her on the back. She made a fool out of herself.
Oh yeah, I listened to the whole thing, and I mean, when we were on Drunky Peasants together, we played that. I'm telling you, dude, I was mortified. I'm like, this could not be. This is like a sick joke.
But the problem is not these individuals, okay? And I need to make this because this Katie Joy Paulson and Rebecca Vitzman and Rachel Beth Preston.
Hi trolls, thank you.
And
Steve Smithers are an Irish accent. Definitely drop her on the
all
head
of these
then.
other women abusers.
First time was on accident. After that, I was like, fuck this dick shuts the fuck up. Let's keep dropping him.
Destroying the relationship between men and women. But that, again, is not the problem. They're the individuals. The problem is...
And that's exactly right, MD. Like, and I know this firsthand. Like, Steve came into our community, slid in like a little snake that he is, used big words to impress people, and tried to make out that he was like this super smart. Like, let's be fair. Between him and Chesh, they might have 100 IQ together combined. Like, but he is using the same shit that he spilt to all of us. And now he's onto another community spilling the same bollocks. Like, we don't care, Steve. This is over. Leave the woman a fucking alone. Who cares? Nobody cares. You're a joke. You are a joke. You're a joke between everybody. Everyone thinks you're a joke.
Feminism likes it that way.
Yeah, they use them as
oh my God, feminism, please.
Almost like a de facto model, and it's a shame because it's destroying that whole credibility for the feminist movement.
Rebecca Vitzman and Beth Presswood are considered they're these women, and I'm sure this Katie Joy is the same thing. She's lauded for being so brave.
Yes. Oh, her fans love that. Oh, we can't believe that you have to deal with all this. First of all, she loves the adoration.
For a baby, little girl, feminine, you can't possibly deal with the fact that Steve
This bloke is the most disgusting piece of shit I've legit ever come across. Like, honest to God, at the end of the day, Steve is jealous of Katie. Sad. That's exactly what it is. He would love to be to where Katie is. He would oh my God, he would be taking a bath in his own piss.
Said penis to you, which it's still.
I did do it, Anon. I did it, babe.
That was never even demonstrated. I have no idea what the hell she's even talking about. I literally fucking don't. I
did it when Leah said, babe.
I would have said something.
Sorry, I should have said it earlier.
I was like, I don't care. I am not a politically correct content creator. I have adult type conversations with people. Okay? I'm perfectly fine with talking to certain people that have the same rapport with me. And by the way, they could be far more raunchy than I could be, by far. I'm pretty tame, to be honest with you. But
so it's okay that I say things to people because, Christ, I'm not as bad as Cheshire. What's wrong with you? I'm not as bad as Bullinator. Huh? So let me get it straight. Let me just get it straight. You were allowed to say things that make us all feel uncomfortable and be a gross, dirty old man because... Huh? Say what now? Huh? Okay. Whatever you say, dumbass.
She can't even tell me what exactly was said. In fact, she's even said sometimes, well, I don't remember exactly what he said. I said, how the hell am I sexually harassing you? And she even said before that, well, it wasn't directly toward me. He was talking about somebody else. Then I'm not so actually how am I harassing you?
You know,
I'm like,
we have all stated in here, like, we have felt in some shape or form over the months that Steve was involved with our small community that we have felt uncomfortable and very grossed out when he has been speaking on his channel. And no, it's not directly to us, but it doesn't make it any easier for us to be like, I'm okay with it then. And what did Chesh say the other night? Oh, good old Chesh. What did she say? You shouldn't feel anything. It wasn't directed at you. You have no right to tell me as another woman how the hell I am allowed to feel about a comment being spoken online. Shut up, go and get your fucking dummy, sit down and go to sleep. Have a nap. There's a good girl. Want me to sing you a lullaby? There, Chesh, Chesh, Chesh. Hush, little baby, don't say a word. Your mama, nope, your mama don't love you. Your auntie's gonna buy you a mockingbird if you start paying her rent.
Oh my God, are you kidding? So I banter with somebody else that I care about, like let's say I'm talking about Sweet Heathen or Cheshire or my friend Manya, that we have a very open type communication, and yet somebody is offended on their behalf and think that I'm harassing this other person. That's not how any of this works.
That's what feminism is these days. It's all outrage on behalf of other people.
Okay, guys, we're all feminists. We're all feminists, okay? Because we don't like it. We don't like how somebody is speaking, so we're all feminists.
All outrage on behalf of somebody else. And when they say, because if you say, oh, I'm offended because you said penis,
it's a matter of self-respect.
Exactly, Anon. Say, well, get the fuck over it and move on with your life because you're an adult.
And that's so,
how about you move the fuck on? Stop touching women inappropriately. Stop talking to women inappropriately. And nobody would have anything to say about you. Isn't that a novel thing to do? Woo-hoo!
Yeah, I mean, that's the biggest thing that's happened to you. And by the way, I have a video that I put up.
Do you notice how many times he says, I've got a video to prove it?
She has a video.
We've got a bunch of videos on you to prove you're a piece of shit.
She used to be a porn star, and you know what she specialized in?
Hey,
anal
Jaja.
facials, whatever the hell that is. But anal facials. And I'm like, wait a minute. You're talking about anal facials. You're talking to my co-host, which we have, about anal sex. You're talking about Godless Engineer's massive penis all the fucking time. And you're offended by me saying the word penis? That's a...
Right, okay. I'm going to go over this one because I think he genuinely thinks this is like okay, right? I have a friend, right? His name's Di. He's a tattoo artist. We've been friends for many years, and me and Carl are very, very close to him. We rented his apartment. We are very, very good friends with him. I will go in and we will be pretty gross with each other, if I'm honest. That's our friendship, okay? That's how we talk to each other. If he, Di, our friend, heard any of his other tattoo artists speaking to me like that, Di would flip out, let alone my husband. Do you know what I'm saying? And we do it in private because it's our freaking warped sense of humour that I can't remember what it started, but it started off something silly with me and Di, and then just escalated. But that's a friendship, and we don't go online and say it. So if Katie had a certain friendship with Kyle, that's Kyle's and hers friendship, not yours. You cannot then come along and think you can say the same things that Kyle was saying and she would be okay. You haven't got that kind of friendship.
Some selective bullshit right there.
I mean, and feminism says you
can't
go,
tell if
girl.
somebody they offend
you go, girl.
Not. Exactly.
And that is the problem. Because, I mean, when I think you and I have spoken about this on your show, when we were back 20 years ago, our biggest bane was...
Honest Agents, I think, from what I read, I will go back and read them after I've done this. I'm going to fast forward in a minute. I just want to get over this bit. Sweet Haven did and then deleted. Did a dirty delete.
The Catholic Church was hiding their pedophiles. They were taking their pedophiles and moving them to another place where they would hurt more kids. And we were so angry that they would do that.
So you mean, David Silverman, my little sweetheart, you mean just like they were doing with you, moving you from one position to another? Somebody charged you with sexual harassment, somebody charged you with sexual assault, so you move you and put you in somewhere else. It's not the same thing? No? Okay, just checking.
And we caught them red-handed, and Cardinal Bernard Law came out, and the the records were released, and there was a huge amount of press, and we were so angry at the Catholic Church for holding and hiding their pedophiles. And here, feminism is doing the exact same thing.
Kitty, I'm gonna respectfully disagree. My husband's not that. He's only 5 years younger than Steve, and my husband don't speak like that to women. He doesn't. There would be nothing that my husband could go and like talk about his penis size to somebody. He would never do it. Never.
Holding its pedophiles. Like
there's something in the person that will
like
do that.
Katie,
and
Joy, and Margaret.
Sorry, let me just stop this again. And I'd agree, like, you know, a good few years ago, men were a lot like that. We've changed. We've grown, you know. And there is that odd one that would possibly do it. Joe, he lost 2 positions for sexual. See what I mean? So he's gone from one to another to another. See, Jojo blew up the internet.
and protecting them and saying, oh, no, they're not bad. They're good, even though they're provable liars.
Wait, did you just say that because somebody says that they say that there's something, but they're provable liars? Okay. Mercedes is a really brilliant, amazing girl. Child molester. David Earl Warden, an honourable man. Rapist, child molester. You piece of shit. Sexually harassment, okay, charges got dropped, but there must have been still something there. And you're a nice guy. What does that tell you about this scumbag here?
Even though they provably ruined and hurt good people, allies, we're going to protect them because we want to protect the mantra that women can't lie about sexual assault, which, by the way, they apparently do quite often. And so we've got
according to you
with feminism, and this is why I think feminism has changed so much. This is why I don't call myself a feminist anymore. It's not about the individuals. It's not about feminists anymore. Because I can't touch anybody. God. It's only feminist when I can touch somebody and be inappropriate with somebody and they're okay with it. Then I'm okay. Shut up, you dickhead. The fact that feminism doesn't care or stop the individuals. In fact, that feminism at large welcomes them and says, yay, good job. Yay, you're a hero. Yay, you're brave. Even in the face of undeniable proof that they fucking lied.
Lost the bet in that Steve's not on his secret Facebook group. Go and mass report, Joe. Go and mass report, Joe.
And hurt a good guy.
It's about the agenda. And it's funny you mentioned that because I had a tweet that I had pinned for a very long time.
The woman Mercedes is in jail now
again,
for
I'm not trying
sexual
to do
assault
hasty
against
generalization.
her
I am
own
pretty
child.
well versed in
So is her
policy,
husband for the same child.
College level.
And they're actually saying that there may be more victims of this woman. Just saying.
For fallacies. I've done videos on fallacies. And I understand hasty generalization. But I had said that, look, if you actively are aware that the Catholic Church obviously wanted it, or these incels, we did a show on incels the other day, that are trying to make legislation that try to change this laws that women should be available for sex at any time, and it's not rape. And I'm like,
doesn't this guy have charges?
Rape apology.
Yeah, apparently it didn't go the way that the victim needed it to go, but yeah. But look at him there, like, smirking. Even after the fact, just 20 minutes ago, this piece of shit was saying all this thing. I'm going to sexually harass Katie Joy now. I'm going to do it now. Fucking creeper.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm like, that's the bull. You're going after me for having a rapist on my show that was convicted in 1985, who's maintained his innocence ever since. That wasn't even about that. It was about police auditing. You're trying to make me a rape apologist when when there are people out there trying to change laws to try to make rape legal, and you're not saying a goddamn thing about them, and I'm the focus of your ire, and you're a fucking break.
You're also a sexual assailant because you used to say the word penis. That's just as bad as actually.
Do you notice though, right? Steve didn't say there when talking about David Earl Warden. He did not say there Listen, yes, David Earl Warden is a piece of shit. He was, caught and charged and served time, for that. But now he's also in jail on remand, as we would call it. I don't know what you call it. On remand until a court appearance over child molestation. Like, come on.
Pitting somebody against the wall and shoving your finger up her pussy like Joe Biden apparently did.
Oh, well, and obviously Trump has had, to him, I guess you can finger anybody you want, and just because you're a famous person, they'll let you do it, according to Trump.
I don't think grabbing a pussy is as bad as shoving your finger up a pussy, like both Joe Biden
Can you hear this guy?
Accused of. But we're just going to ignore that, and we're also going to ignore all of the other women that said they have been
what this piece of shit is saying? Like, are you fucking kidding me now? Like, are you kidding me? He thinks by saying those things is okay. Like, come on.
How does America get these people in power? I mean, Fred, I would be bothered by this. But you know what? I'm an adult, and I'd be like, hey, look.
It's not a sexual assault.
That's not a sexual assault. Fuck no, it's not sexual assault.
Go to the news about.
Yeah, I'm not going to go to therapy because Joe Biden was standing
behind it. About it, you're doing it. The gender pay gap is 2 cents. The gender pay gap is 2 cents, and that's probably because women don't negotiate as well as men do.
What a piece of shit! My God. He is the most disgusting piece of shit I've ever come across. Like, I actually think that he beats Steve McGray on this. I genuinely think. Like, he's just said that there's only 2 cents in between the sexes of pay, and that's because women probably don't barter as good. Shut up, you alcoholic.
Absolutely no discrimination there. There's no glass ceiling. You and me, Steve. You and me are part of the generation of white men that removed the glass.
I've had just as many female.
Why is white got to be put in with it? Why can't it just be men? Why is it got to be white men? No, I don't think it's right.
Bosses that has male bosses.
And you get to that.
And then, by the way, those female bosses I don't recall ever having an issue with any of them. I'm totally cool with that.
Judged by results. Equity is judged by results.
Yeah, absolutely.
And equality is equal opportunity.
Yes.
Equity is we have 50-50 male and men and women.
They both need it, Andy. Honest to God, these both need locking away, and for them to put the hashtag Me Too movement on that is literally disgusting, and I don't think it should be put on YouTube. I don't think it should be on YouTube one little bit, because I think he's disgusting. When Steve McGray looks like the better man compared to someone, the person has to be pretty bad. Lol. Exactly. That's better, Joe. Put the back screen over his face. I can do that. Give me a second. There we go. Got better. The other guy needs serious help. He's disgusting. He's disgusting. It's disgusting. They're both disgusting.
Representative demographic. Yes, absolutely. Right. And also, there should be equal justice. That's another thing that people in my generation fought for.
Yeah, equal justice under the law.
Absolutely. So we all agree on the main staples of things like the feminist movement. I don't label myself a feminist because, as you said, it's changed. I had a friend of mine. Her name was Brittany Simon. She was very active on YouTube as a feminist. She was probably pushing 100,000 subs when she left. Did
you sexually harass her by any chance and make her leave? Just a genuine question.
Do different things. Black people and Asian people do different things. White people and Latinos do different things.
There's cultural differences. I think equality just means that human beings are all the same.
The reason I don't like equity is because
Joe, what's your time?
Equity assumes all people are equal.
Oh my,
It also
1
assumes that
minute,
all
1
people
hour,
want the
babe.
same things. No, they don't.
Literally
Men
just 1 hour and 5
want different
seconds.
things than women, and that's okay. By and large, women should be able to do anything that men want to do and not have any impediments to their opportunity. They're equal partners just like everybody else. But when we look at boardrooms and we see, okay, well, this boardroom is 70% men and 30% women, or when we look even bigger at, well, look at all these women going into feminine studies and not into STEM.
If it was that easy to get rid of Stephen Gray.
If
I know, right? I'd like to get rid of this dumbass.
To go to
as
feminine
well.
studies where they're going to make a lot less money, and they don't choose to go
Joe,
into
just
STEM where they're going to
curious,
make a lot more money. The problem is not in STEM.
I'll say something about this video.
Is not that
He
there's
was
bigotry in STEM.
he was actually out when I watched this. He was he was taking Jacket for a walk, and I just got so het up. And he knows what I'm like. He knows if something like that, just to sort of make me coffee and go away and leave me, calm down. But I'm sure are you watching?
Yeah.
He's watching in the living room. So, but I can pretty much know what he's going to say. He's going to say that he needs it in with a bar stool. On this stream, sorry, is 52:04 on this stream. Sorry, it was a couple of minutes back. Sorry. Steve is going to hate the day he said the word to Jojo. No more name dropping. Oh, he wants to name me. Bring it on. Hey, Patty babe, how are you? Bring it on, Steve baby.
Different from men. Women make different
You
choices.
might be able to intimidate other women.
Okay.
You might be able to talk shit about other women. You're not going to fuck with me. Boom.
Good. That's freedom. And that's why you're not going to get equity. The problem is not equity. Equity is not a barometer for discrimination. Equity is not a barometer for chauvinism. Equity is a barometer for how people are different in a free society.
All right, let me give you. I think a little pushback on it. Let me see if you. But until what you're saying, what you're saying is an idealized society, right? And idealized society, we wouldn't need something like equity.
I just can't. I'm going to push up a little bit, guys. I can't.
A place where people are hungry and money starved and need to make money by making possibly sensationalistic videos.
Look, we're going to give you the skills. Buy into it. That's the type of thing that Katie Joy Paulson and people that she associates with cultivate. They want that kind of audience.
Okay. Let's just put this. Oh, Steve. Right. He is trying to say that Katie needs his attention. That's right? Katie has, what, 80,000 subs? This chump has, what, 50 port? Oh, terrible cough. Terrible cough. Port comments. Terrible cough. Terrible cough. And this chump here's got 1,063. How many have I got, guys? I probably got not that dissimilar to that. Shut up. You both a pair of fucking muppets.
Because they don't care. I'm the opposite. I want the audience who goes, hey, Steve, you said this. You fucked up on this. And I'll be like, yeah, I fucked up on it. I'll be correct. I did the other day. I somebody pointed out to me. It said like ketoacidosis, and I meant ketosis. And they messaged me and they said, hey, Steve, you got this wrong. And I'm like, oh yeah, I fucked up. I knew I did. Literally, kind of like not long after I said it, and it was my bad. Yeah. And they're like, and it's funny, Dave, because they said, you know what? It's really weird when people say you don't correct yourself or you don't take criticism. Because everybody who's messaged me with an honest criticism, with something that I did mess up on, I thank them for it. I acknowledge it, and I'm like, yeah, I fucking screwed the pooch on that. I'm not. But they want me to apologize.
He does stutter a lot when he lies.
Say that I was wrong on things that I wasn't wrong on.
You're imperfect. You're forever banished.
You're both imperfect. You're both. I wish you both would be banished. How about that? You disgusting excuse of a man.
Actually, watch occasionally. I can't stand.
Do you know what I wonder though, right? This chump here likes to bring up Katie's son, right? And I'm going to hold my hands up. I've also apologised for doing it. I went on with his little frigging thing for a little minute. So I'm going to hold my hands up here and say, although I didn't go obviously way like he did. I did go into that, so I'm going to hold my hands up. But if somebody ever mentions his kid, holy fuck. Right, okay. So now, Steve, I'm going to mention your kid. I wonder if somebody spoke to your daughter like that, if he would be okay with it. Let's change the tables. If somebody, God forbid, spoke to his daughter like that, and I genuinely hope that never ever happens. No woman or child deserves that. But if it did, if somebody in a workplace, for example, right, does that, would he be okay with that? And let's like take it that one step further. Would Steve McGray leave his daughter in this punk's living room alone when he went out for a few hours? That's the question I want answered. So Steve, I know you're listening because you're a dick, and or one of your little like Tina, I'll cut you, Lauren, and all of them, right? So answer this. Would you leave your child, your daughter, your teenage daughter, would you leave her in a room with this muppet? No, you wouldn't.
But I will watch Talk Heathen. And I was explaining to this person this concept, and Matt Dillahunty out of nowhere just chimed in and said, "You're wrong." 2 words, "You're wrong." And I'm like, okay, Pastor, really? Look, I can go red.
I'm done. I can't listen to him anymore, sorry. But that was the main, you got the main gist of it. Like, I genuinely want to know if someone, if, say, right, there's no evidence, right? Okay, so let's go 1. There's no evidence. His daughter comes to him and says, "Dad, somebody in school, somebody in work, spoke to me and made me feel really uncomfortable, and I feel that it was sexual harassment." Would he say, well, nobody was there, so nobody heard it. You've got no right to feel that way. Was he talking to you? No, he was talking to somebody else. Well, then you've got no right to feel that way. Like, would he be okay with that? Because for me, as a mother, if my child comes to me and tells me that, there's going to be bloodshed. I'm going to rip somebody's face off. Simple as that. And that's if I get there first, because if her father gets there first, then there's game over. Because if he gets there first before I do, it's game over. He is such a... oh my goodness. Okay, T, I'll do it straight after, babe. Thank you. Love you. He never answers questions. He always wants answer his questions. And that's what somebody like him does. That's what he does. Like, that's his MO. He can't answer questions because he hasn't got the answers. He genuinely haven't. If he had the answers, he would be able to say like A, B, C, D. But he can't. He only goes after women, hence why he's gone after me, Katie, Leslie, all of these other people. Is because he likes going after women. He can't deal. If another man went face to face with him and said something, nope, he would cry and piss his pants. He would legit cry and piss his pants. He'd say, "Where's the proof?" Exactly. In fact, he has a daughter who's effed up. Yep. I know this is hard, but I'm proud of your wife. Thanks, Anon. He knows what I'm like when I get my ass in my hand. And that whole video was, and I get other people don't want to show it on their channel, and I understand it. I get it, because it's not easy. It's not an easy topic. we have guns here in Texas for a reason. Literally, like, honest to God, Leah, if my child come and told that to me, they want to hope that I got there first and not her dad. Because if Tad got there first, game over. Like, genuinely game over. It's just gross. It's wrong on so many levels. That's right, Miss Leah, I'm proud to be Texan. It's right though. Do you know what I mean? Like, housewife, if somebody like did that to your child, you would flip out. And yeah, and I'd be scared because you've got guns in Texas. you got guns and I'd be scared. I don't know, guys. I just think it's super, super wrong. Anon says, hello, Jackal. I know this was hard for you, and I'm proud of your wife. Real Housewife, same. He has a very warped way of thinking. They both did on that, to be fair. They were both, like, so icky. And for me to sit there and say that David Silverman was more gross than Steve McRae, that's saying something, guys. That's legit saying something really, really icky. Like, I can't. Like, honest to God, these men that think like that, I can't even. It makes my head hurt. It legit makes my head hurt. I honestly think he's mentally ill. I think you might be right. Like, honest to God. Because there's something, like, that's not normal. It's not a normal way to think. That like they said, oh, well, they've got no proof. Who the fuck, just really think, like, rapists go, wait a minute, I'm going to rape you, but I just need to have somebody around so that I got proof that I did it. What? Like, you're a dickhead. My God. Non Jojo takes it very seriously. I do. He knows what I'm like. I mean, someone who thinks it's karma towards a victim, in my opinion, shows the person for a vile excuse of a person. Exactly. I'm so freaking mad. It's just so gross. It's just so disgusting. Like, I can't. Like, everything is just, it's just, like, legit. Everything is just icky. It's legit. It's icky, and I don't like it, and I feel icky, and no, I don't like it. Joe's gonna have a hard time getting to sleep. It's already midnight there. Yeah, it is already midnight. I just think, just, like, nothing. Like, my dad was old, right? My dad died when I was 21. My dad was 71 when he died, right? In our house, like, my brothers wasn't even allowed to hit me. Like, if my brother hit me, my dad would go absolutely fucking ballistic. Because in our house, the women were to be respected. The women, you know, they were the heart of the household. Do you know what I mean? And even though it very much was quite a sexist way back then, and it was back then, it was the normal way to go. Do you know what I mean? So it was quite, but on the same token, it was a very respectable household. Like, my brother couldn't hit me, let alone another man. Like, my own brother couldn't hit me, because I'm a girl, I'm little, well, I used to be little, I'm not now, and he's a boy. And although that comes across very sexist, and it was back then, it was very, very sexist, but that's how he was brought up. So he then passed that down to us, you know. You respect your mother, you respect your father. When your father says do it, you don't think twice, you do it. You know, when your mum says get up, if you don't, your dad's going to come back behind you and kick you at the butt. You know, in our house, like, even my father, and I know somebody said, oh, but back in the day, like, you know, no, my dad would be like, no, Yes, Jojo, mwah. You should be proud of yourself. You're standing up for all survivors. Thank you, Lens. I seen that, Andy, and then went on IG very drunk, slurring his words. I saw that, cute as well. And he said he called that girl a bitch. Like, did you hear that? He genuinely called that girl a bitch, whoever he blocked. Do anybody know who he was on live with? And then he made, like, slimy comments. And I'm like, ugh. Like, ugh. Good God. Yep, I heard that too, cute. I really think he's nearing the mental breakdown. He needs to go to in treatment. He needs to. There's no like, oh, well, you know, maybe you could just do a bit of counselling. He needs in treatment. He needs to know that his behaviour is beyond wrong. It's not even a little bit wrong. It's not even bordering wrong. There's the line. Steve McGrae's fucking 4 miles that way. No. He needs to be put in treatment and to get that way of thinking, whoever put that thought in his head, whoever thought it was okay. I work in a company, we boxed items years ago, and I was looking for a similar box, and the boss said, I bet you have a nice box. My ex-husband worked there too. I told him. He ran over and punched the... I don't blame him. I did, didn't I? Yes, Jojo, you should feel proud of yourself. You're standing up for all survivors. Thank you, Linz. I thought I did, sorry. I do think I read it out loud, and then sometimes the boss in their face and said, want to see my box? Punch him. That's funny. Because, like, you just don't speak to women like that. I wasn't raised that way. You know, in our household, it wasn't that way, and you couldn't be that way. And I would, you know, like, no, and you're not going to speak to my child that way either. If some bloke in, like, my daughter's in a very, male environment in her work. She's the boss. But if somebody did that to her, they want to hope that I'd get there first. Because if her father did, no. No good can ever come of that. If his women friends aren't telling him behind the scenes that he needs to stop, like last time, according to him, then they don't care about him, in my opinion. Well, Steve's Trash is in it for the money. Let's just make that clear. I don't care. I'll say it out loud. Others people won't, but I will. I don't give a fuck. Like, she's in it for the money. Like, what other income have she got? I'm extremely proud of Jo. Thank you, cute. Like, what else? What else has she got? She does a few drawings. That can't possibly bring her that much money. She isn't that good. So now what? Now what has she got? She's living in her aunt's basement or attic, whatever it is, with barely any furniture. So she needs him to go live. They need the super chats. They need the revenue, which is why if you go in, and I'm not saying that I'm this big friggin' YouTuber. You all know I'm not, and I don't care. You know, I can have anywhere from 30 to 70, 80 at a very, very push. On the normal basis, we're around the 30, 40 mark, and I'm perfectly okay with that. But if they don't put Katie Joy in the title, they get like 20 people watching. They're not going to bring in the revenue that she desperately needs. MD, they have no self-respect themselves, said Miss Leah. I don't know about this. I think Mania, and I don't know about this. This is just my opinion. So, you know, whatever. I'm going to say my opinion. I think, like, she is very, very sheltered. She's led a very sheltered life, right? And I think Steve sort of swooped in and sort of manipulated her and groomed her. Because, like, I've heard on a live, and this literally, and I've said this before, it makes me sick. This girl had never ever drunk before, right? Never ever drunk. They made her start drinking, and then they said, oh, but she's perfectly safe, we watch her. She's a million fucking miles away. How are you watching her when she sleeps? How are you watching her that she isn't spewing and choking on her own vomit? How? How are you watching her, Steve? How are you watching this woman who's never drunk before in her life, got zero tolerance where it comes to alcohol, don't spit up in the middle of the night and choke on her own vomit? How are you watching out for her? You're not. You're not watching out for her. Everything you've said, Joe. Thank you, Charles. Mania was asking a lot of questions on bondage and stuff. I think she is very lonely. She's very, 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 very scary. I'm scary, sorry. She's very sheltered. I was reading scary, sorry. She's very sheltered. And I could be wrong. That's my opinion. He told me months ago when the drama started with someone else, he said drama sells, but I don't do drama. Okay. Mania is very young and naive. That's exactly what I think. Oh my god, that's scary. Yeah. And like the fact that she's never drunk before and all of a sudden she drinks with Steve, but then like Steve literally sits there and says, but I make sure she's okay. What, are you on camera like throughout the night watching her to make sure she doesn't puke? Do you know the emergency services to her hometown or state or whatever? Like, I don't know where she is, whether she's America, I don't know. But do you know where she lives? Do you know her address? That are you watching her 24/7? No, because you go to bed very rarely, I grant you that, but you go to bed. This woman at 6 o'clock in the morning could be still pissed up and puke and choke on her own vomit and die. That's not okay. That's not watching her. That is not a friend to me. Maybe she'll realise in her counselling that it isn't healthy. We can only hope. I hope so, because I don't think Mania is a bad person. I don't. I remember that. I don't like that either. I thought Mania was different. I did. I think he's just moulded her. You know, like people do, don't they? They mould people into what they want the person to be. And that's what Steve's done with her. Like, she is very sheltered. She's very naive. You can see that by how she acts, and he's molded her into a more intelligent Cheshire. She could have fallen and hit her head or anything. Exactly, cute. 100%. I like Mania, but she's very gullible. I hope she does see it. I really do. I really, really do. Because I don't think she's a bad person. I think she's extremely gullible. She really is gullible. But, again, I hope she sees it. I hope she realises that, you know, there's more to life than Steve. You know, she doesn't have to live and die by the sword of Steve McGray. Because there is way more to life. And there's more people out there. You know, go and adventure, girl. Christ, you're young once. Mania has an innocence about her. Exactly, Hoot. She's from New Zealand. So, do you know what I mean? There's just a lot of things, the whole things that is just like, I hope she does. I hope she learns and sees that there's so much more to the bullshit than Steve wants to bring, you know? And I do hope that. Life is a learning journey, and she will eventually find it on her own path. I hope so, Baba. Reminds me of that yoga instructor Netflix did a documentary on the SMSH, a bunch of students. Oh, I remember hearing something about that actually, MD. I don't remember the full story, but I do remember that. SM said a sexist joke on IG to her. She said it went over her head. I felt bad for her. See, that's sad. The fact that it went over her head, and I'm the worst for that. We all know I'm the damn worst for things going over my head. But if you know someone's like that, like, don't do that to them. She lives in New Zealand, Jojo. Thanks, love. For all the cameras rolling, this is Jojo's opinion. Literally it is. And I don't know, I could be wrong. That's the impression that she gives me, that she's very sheltered. He's moulded her into like a little trash, except she's way freaking smarter. And that's what it is. It is what it is, you know? But I've been going way too long than I wanted to, so I'm going to get off. I appreciate everyone joining. I did put a trigger warning, so I'm super sorry if I've triggered anybody. I clearly didn't mean to do that to anybody. Is she engineer? But, you know, if I have, I'm super, super sorry. But I feel that our community needed to see a lot of that and see what kind of people that Steve is aligning himself with, because that's disgusting. So just the fact, and like, you know, him putting himself into the Me Too movement, Linz, is absolutely sickening. It literally makes me want to vomit. I puke up in my mouth a little bit. But anyway, I'm going to get off. Again, thanks everyone for joining me. I really, really do appreciate it. And thanks for everyone for the super chats. I will be back tomorrow and we'll have a catch up then. Thanks, guys. Bye.